Hello, Euge Valovirta here again. On this second episode of Gear Talk with Euge, I had the honor of having one of the best guitar players hailing from Finland, Mikko Kosonen, with me at my home studio to discuss about his gear, and we're also gonna hear some amazing guitar playing and sounds by Mr. Kosonen himself, naturally. So, Gear Talk with Euge, episode number 2, and I have the honor of having one of the best Finnish guitarists, in my opinion, Mikko Kosonen.
Thanks for having me. It's a great honor. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So, I know you, but maybe there's people that doesn't know who you are and where you come from. So, could you briefly tell us about yourself and maybe some career highlights?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Mikko. I'm from Helsinki, Finland, and I've been playing professionally for 20 years now, and with lots of Finnish renowned artists, notably my wife Maija Vilkkumaa, with whom I played for 11 years, and made some great things, got some multi-platinum records, and it was very nice. Finnish rock, basically. And then other artists also, Samuli Putro, and I played with Samuli Elman and Juha Tapio and Scandinavian Music Group. And then I have another career as a regular freelancer musician also. I've done lots of TV work in different programs like The Voice of Finland and Tähdet, Suomilove, and then a couple of programs where I've been the musical director also, Kingi, and the reincarnation of Boom Tsi Boom, and all that kind of stuff. So you could say I'm sort of an all-around musician, but as I used to say, I'm an all-around musician, but I always have my secret middle finger up somewhere. So because I deep down I feel like I'm a 14-year-old rocker.
I guess we all
I think so
I
too.
can relate
sure
to that. Well, I mean you are, like you told, you've been playing basically those artists that Mikko mentioned. They are like the biggest artists in Finland currently and many years past. So there's a good reason for that. maybe part of their success is because they've had a fantastic guitar player.
I hope. Well, I'm glad you said that, but I think that's because they're excellent songwriters, and I've been very lucky to be with them. I enjoy playing with the artists, and I usually give my everything, and I try to incorporate all the energy I have inside of me, bring the 14-year-old middle finger guy.
Yeah. And I've noticed that when I've cause like you told, you've been in a lot of TV shows, and I've seen you play, and it's always a pleasure to watch, because you can kind of feel because it's
the middle finger.
Yeah, because sometimes when it's some nice pop, but then suddenly there's some really ugly fuss coming, and
I feel like you have to you have to do that. You have to put the what? That's cool. Very important. Yeah.
But hey, let's go to the subject. I mean, your pedal board, it looks pretty impressive, and your amplifier is now
doesn't look very impressive,
but it is. But
it is.
Yes. So maybe if you talk about the general concept,
sure.
philosophy, why and how, and then we can go through some different sounds.
Sure. So Basically, I have two big pedal boards.
Mhm.
This is the smaller one.
Aha.
Yeah, it's my number 2 actually, because the other one is so big that I didn't want to bring it here, and
Okay.
it's so heavy. It's like 40 kilos.
Is that the one that's called the space station?
But probably, yeah, sure.
I've heard
But
stories.
yeah, it is. It's huge, and it's got the MIDI system and all that
okay.
crap. But this one is, even though it looks kind of weird, it's basically just going through all the pedals. That's
okay.
it. There's no looper in it.
Loopers, okay.
So it's just right now I have my volume pedal and my Wazacraft Blues driver
Mhm.
separately here. But because of my work, and I have to usually be ready to play new music very fast, so I have to have these kinds of basic sounds that I get by anywhere.
Yeah.
So I have to have different kinds of distortion. I have to have different kinds of delays, programmable delays, basically reverbs, modulation. And then I go nowhere without a whammy. I've had a whammy since ever, and I use it for lots of things. But basically,
Is that, by the way,
I think that's the number 4.
Okay, because I have whammy too, but I think this is probably looks a little bit different. Than mine.
I think it's a little bit newer. They have
Okay.
some. Yeah, I have 3 or 4 whammies, and I think this is this is.
Of course.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I've broken a couple, and it's I use it a lot. I use it for octaves, and I use it for whammy and drop tunings, and I've even used it for changing the key of a song on TV. You have to play a song in C, and you're happy playing, and then suddenly no, we have to make it lower, and then in B flat it's just impossible. So I just put the drop tuning on, and it becomes a. Wait a minute. This. Oops. Yeah, there's a little bit of the old one coming through, but it's still. No, it's actually. Yeah. Well, I've used it on the drop 2 anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Sounds weird, yeah, but it's really versatile. It's a good pedal, yeah. But so from the volume pedal to the blues driver.
So this is the first thing, the volume pedal.
That's the first thing. Yeah, that's where my guitar goes in,
Yeah.
and then I have the blues driver, just your basic. Now it's got quite a lot of gain, but I also use it at very low gain, so it's almost like a boost pedal. But it's really versatile. I love the new one, the Wazacraft blues driver. It's very good. Really dynamic and really nice.
Yeah. Those Wazacraft series are good. I have the Super Overdrive, which I have plenty of. I think I have 4 or 5 Super Overdrives. That's kind of my
that's your thing.
my niche.
Sure, yeah. Wazacraft pedals are amazing. I also have the chorus, and it's really good. Yeah. And from then, from the blues driver just into a wah, I think it's an old Crybaby 535Q.
Yeah.
So, and I've always had a wah. I think it's got to do with my love for Hendrix and
me too.
early Kirk Hammett. You just have to have a wah, and Joe Satriani, of course.
I have the same influences because and sometimes I've accused that I use it too much.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah,
but and the way I like to use it is like the cocky kind of thing, not just the waka. You can express the pinch and stuff, so I think that's kind of like what.
Yeah, definitely, and you always want to come through, and it kind of gets rid of the non-important things and just get the ear piercing through. Yeah, sure. So I like it, and I love to play funk music. So I also play it in traditional the porno funk.
Yeah. I'll put this a little bit louder because it sounds so cool. Hopefully the neighbors don't.
We don't care. It's rock and roll, man. Yeah. So I think from the wah, it's probably going into tuner. I think. I'm not sure. Yeah. And then actually, I'm not even sure about the order because I haven't made this.
Yeah, I think it's a custom board.
Yes,
they made my board.
Yeah.
Too, and Kimmo, Aroluoma, and Eetu also.
Because the thing is, I hate electricity. I hate tinkering around with all these things. So I need people like Kimmo to just do it for me. I just bring in the pedals and kind of just do your thing.
I had the same, and he's done I don't know how many pedal boards for me, and it's just that here's the pedals.
Exactly.
I want this to do this, and then it's like cool.
Please don't make it noisy. And just make it work. And it's he's done both of my pedal boards, and they're amazing. I think both. I think we're But I must confess, I'm not sure about the order.
If we forget the order, that's probably Kimmo. If you're watching, maybe you can comment on in the comment section the order. But let's just
so I have the amazing Death by Audio Evil filter, which is the most evil pedal in the world. And ironically, I almost never use it because it's unusable. The fuzz, the fuzz alone is like. I love it, but in my line of work, there's not much shoegazing or no. Oh wow.
Well, we're recording this with it's the amplifier. It's to the fried cabin with the Audix microphone.
His Logic just went mad.
Logic just went. So
maybe I should turn it down a little bit. But the secret with this pedal is it's got a filter too. That's when things get interesting. So you get, and it's a really huge filter. So you feel like you're playing a Moog. So it's.
Wow.
And I really like that sound, especially with some echo. That's really. That's like a Moog. You just dive into the 70s. You get that Jan Hammer kind of sound.
Wow.
And I really like playing that, but only at soundcheck. I never get to play it anywhere. I should form a band just to play that one. Shoegazing band. Another pedal that I really rarely use is my Bubbletron. I think it might be that it's gonna leave soon, but it's a weird pedal. It's kind of a dynamic. It's got a filter and phase and flanger. It sounds very. I think it's kind of a Mootron style. So it reacts to the dynamics of one.
I'm gonna lower the gain a bit.
Sure, so you got greedy with the volume.
Yeah,
it sounds better.
It sounds better, yeah. So,
So that's the Bubbletron by Keeley. Keeley makes amazing pedals. And then my trustworthy Whammy, which I really love always. And my basic use, of course, the usual octave up. So with solos. get your basic Tom Morello. And also just to keep it up, because you can play really low and just keep it up, and it feels very different to play. It gets this kind of flute type of sound.
That's actually. I mean, I have whammy, but I've been doing the occasional Tom Morello dimeback.
Yeah.
But that was actually, I've never actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Thought of.
Yeah, just leave
It
it.
seems so like.
And also,
of course, yeah.
on the new, you have the 2 octaves up, and then it gets really high. But then you can play really low. It's nice. Yeah. And then of course the octave, which is I think is very good octave actually. So I don't have to have a separate octave pedal. Just. I think it's a good, and then of course you have the different intervals going, like your minor third or your. Yeah. That's a fourth, I think. Kind of a Steve Vai mood and just playing. So I really get a lot out of. And of course, Whammy's got the D-tune feature, so you get a, sort of a chorus.
Yeah. I used that chorus thing on God's Plague's Triumph, our second album. I used a lot on that. Yeah. I had for some reason the period. Now when I listened to the album a few days ago, I was like, whoa, that was a lot of. I think I was like on most of the time because it's just one guitar.
Yeah.
And I had that like occasional on and off. So.
Yeah, I think it's got a grungy sound to it. Like this. It's sort of a.
That is actually a great chorus sound.
It is. And one more reason to buy a Whammy. I think it is, Just go buy your Whammy. Yeah. So then I have my compressor, the Wampler, Ego, which is excellent. I love it.
Do you use it like?
I use it a lot. I use it for boosting, and I use it for lots of times we have to play these funky tunes, and I have to play sort of a kind of a Michael Jackson, David Williams style comping. This is not the best guitar for that, but it's with a Strat basically. So you put your compressor on, and then some chorus on, and then you put. Get that bite going, especially with the Strat and with the number 2 position. So you get and that's really nice. That's a good way to use a compressor. I think it's a very good sounding compressor.
Yeah, I have that too. And I have a couple of others, but that's my favorite. So.
Yeah. Then going on to the cymbal. Great Finnish overdrive.
That's like version of Dumble amp, or
Yeah,
kind of, or
I think that's nameplay with the Dumble. I'm not actually sure, but yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. Really crunchy, really versatile pedal, lots of sounds in it.
Yeah.
And I use it tons. I use it a lot. And it's really clear, you get to play big chords and it's still here though. Even with these pickups and this kind of a guitar, which is kind of a chunky sound. And it works well with the blues driver also. I get more out. So by having lots of these pedals, I have really a massive amount of choices because I can combine them.
So you're creating your distortion overdrive sound with the pedals, and the amp is like clean pedal platform kind of thing, and everything is
that's how I played now for years. I used to use distortion from the amp also, but it just I've sort of moved into just
I had
pedals.
the same. I when I was in Shining, when we used a lot of rental gear, and most often the distortion channels or the crunch channels of the amps were kind of, they sucked because the tubes were buzzy and whatever, but the clean channel always worked really well.
Exactly.
Playing with metal festivals and stuff, people don't use that channel a lot. So then I figured that maybe I should go into the pedal world. Yeah. Because then I think the first I had was the Wagner Red.
Yeah, sure.
Pedal, like where I really like. Okay, this actually sounds and feels like you would play with an amp.
Exactly.
And from there, there's been tons of that kind of pedals, like preamp style pedals, which we didn't have back, a couple of or several years ago. But now I think they're amazing, and I that's how I do my distorted sound.
Exactly.
Also, so because it's then you have always and doesn't really matter that much what kind of
that's true,
you have.
And that's why I wasn't afraid to come here with my smallest amp, which I own, because I know that I'm gonna get my sounds from this anyway. And actually now we're in your cabinet, so it doesn't matter. But you were talking about the ecstasy pedal. Yeah. So I also had that, and then Wagner came with the Lagrange, and it's just, for me, it changed everything. So I have that's my main distortion on both of my pedal boards, and after the red one, it's the first pedal that really feels like a chunky, like really. Of course, now we have a 412 there, so it's gonna feel anyway. But I just love the Van Halen-ish. It's a really good pedal, and you get boost like too much boost. Because I always tell everybody that you have to have your own solo volume. You can't rely on the sound. So you get tons. Okay. And the boost by itself works also as a boost if you want just a very clean boost. For example, if you want to play with a Strat and you want to have the clean sound louder, so I just keep it on.
Okay. Yeah. Do you know if the Lagrange, is it based on any amp, or is it just...
Once again, I have no idea.
Like preamp. Well, sounds really...
It is good,
really
and it's got tons of distortion. I still haven't used the whole potential, and it's a very good.
I guess the name suggests, the bearded guy.
The bearded guy, I think so, But it's a really good. And for me, it's not just the sound, but how it feels.
It's really important.
It's really important to feel that it's really dynamic, so I can really kind of. It's a dynamic pedal, and I love it.
I think I have to try that because
You
I haven't tried it. I've known that this exists and people being praised, but now when I actually hear it,
it's for me. It's I can't go anywhere without it.
It's a bit like I have the thing with the Friedman BOD.
Yeah, that's a really good pedal too.
So I can't. That's always.
Yeah, those are amazing.
No matter what board and so on.
That's true. Very good pedals.
Cool.
Yeah, and then we have I have this Keeley mod station, and basically this pedal board lacks a little bit in modulation, but I have my choruses here, and I have my phasers here. Really high quality. It's also got tremolo and and even it's even got some reverb and delay, but I don't need that because I have the Empress audios here. But I get by with this one. In my other board I have the Möbius, the Strymon Möbius, so that's the shit. But I get by with this one. It's a good one. But I feel like I should add some chorus pedals maybe and something. Little bit. Maybe the bubble drone is gonna go and I'll put my Wazacraft chorus. I think because it's such a lush sound. Then I could have a tremolo there and maybe a phaser. That's plenty. But I'm kind of missing all the special ones. I really love bit crushers and I love and I love ring modulators. You know, the real noisy ones. So this is kind of a, except for the evil filter, this is kind of a more mellow board. Maybe I don't know. Yeah,
but I also like these crazy things, but it's like you said that it sounds like where the hell do you use it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's just so cool to.
Yeah, on Finnish TV on Saturday night, you don't need the evil filter. You just don't. Or maybe people just don't know they need it.
Maybe
I should. Yeah, maybe I should play some more.
Yeah, maybe you should.
Yeah.
So.
Voice of Finland 2020.
Everything's.
What's happening with Mikko nowadays? Yeah.
And suddenly Mikko made heavy metal mainstream again.
Yeah, and Katri Helena is going to be on the cover of Seura magazine again with the Marshalls. Yeah, so that's that. And this is the Belle Epoque Deluxe. I think it's a very beautiful delay pedal, which doesn't have a tap tempo, which I usually, but it's just
analog or digital.
I don't know.
Okay, but it just sounds.
Yeah. Go Google it.
Yeah.
It's just, I think, it's got lots of different sounds, but the one I use is the kind of the Echoplex style. It's just beautiful, and it distorts nicely. If you increase the record level, you get that. I think it's very good. Let's put some blues driver on. To make those whale sounds, or just decrease the record volumes a bit. So I just keep it at one setting and just use it for lush chords and all that that kind of.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's nice too. And then I have the two Empress audios, which pack a lot into them. They're programmable, and I have different settings, more delay, less delay. I think this is sort of my at the edge of the canyon solo delay. And I have different presets. And you have the nice ones, the reversed ones, and the lo-fi, and of course whiskey, which is the most important. Let's try whiskey. Yeah. So the delay sound is 1 octave lower. I think it's got different.
It feels like, you know,
it feels like you have your little whiskey. Yeah. And then the other whiskey. Oh, it's the same one but with reverse. Oh, this is nice. Do a little improv. Whiskey. I love whiskey, yeah. Yeah, great pedal and really useful for me, especially when I have to play those TV gigs and we have to play different styles.
Yeah.
10 songs a day or even more and just you have to be ready to play anything. So you have to have a multi delay.
Yeah.
As well as a multi reverb.
And that's I guess the tap tempo.
Yeah, you have tap tempo definitely. And, yeah. Then I have reverb. This is like my basic reverb. It's almost always on.
Everything is in front of the amp, right?
Everything is in front.
Not
I think I have a little bit of reverb. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Now I don't have any reverb. Then I have this weird number 2 spring, which makes this kind of really weird phasing thing to my guitar sound. It changes the tone, but I love it. I don't know what's happening, but it changes.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah,
something.
I don't want to touch it because I like it so much. I don't know what's happening.
Wow, that's.
So that's it.
Yeah, basically. That's.
Yeah.
And you know, many have asked for me also because when you have all in front, so how come the reverbs and delays sound so good? Because usually you put them in the effect loop.
Yeah.
But I guess the reason is that because you kind of have they are kind of in an effect loop because you are creating your sounds from the board. So you have your preamp pedals, which creates distortion, and then the delays are after, and then they go to a clean amp.
Yeah, exactly. That has to be clean.
The amp has to be clean. Yes. Yeah. So in a way, they are kind of in a.
Yeah.
effect loop, because that's, I mean, if you will put the delays and reverbs before a distorted amp, that usually sounds
like shit.
like shit.
Yeah, or you want to sound like that.
If you want, it's then it's a different thing. But then, because I was, well, you were playing, because that's why I asked that it's nothing in the loop, because it sounds like it's in a loop, but kind of they are, because you have all the preamp stages of your signal, and where you know, dial in your sound, they are on the board also, so it's kind of...
In my other pedal board, I have the option of going into the FX pedal, because I used to use it with my Ecstasy head.
Yeah.
But then when I started to gigging also with smaller combos, I realized that life is so much easier to just have one jack going into.
Yeah.
So I kind of skipped the whole thing and took the pedal out of it. So I still kind of have the option, but I never use it.
Yeah.
So it's, even though I would, if I would be playing in a nice head, I still would just use the input, and it kind of, I like that things are very simple, and I don't have to think about the effects loop levels or anything like that. So just input and pump.
Yeah, that's the way, like I mentioned, I used with Shiny just into a clean channel, and now I don't even have an amp with Syra. I just plug into a new neighbor's peak sim, but my old school pedal board still.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you know, but for recording, I use the amp distortions and stuff. But it's so much, like you said, easier to go to a gig.
Yeah.
You just plug into a clean channel, put everything quite flat, and then you make your
and you can use basically whatever amp you have there.
I mean, I played I remember, I think we were in Russia somewhere. I played a festival show with Shining, which is kind of black metal, really heavy. This Fender Champ.
Sure.
I had my and people were like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
How did you get that sound? I mean, there was a bunch of, you know, high gain stuff, but the clean, they didn't sound good. I took the smallest amp, and
exactly. That's why I have mics and PAs. And the Champ sounds amazing. It's not a question of volume. Many times you hear people with lots of cabinets that sound like shit. And then you have one guy that comes with these small amplifiers. What? Sure.
Cool. But hey, now we're talking the amp. You have a...
Yeah, it's kind of new. I don't know anything about it, except that it's handmade in Nashville, and it's very good. It's called Woolly Coats, and it's got an amazing clean side. It's got a very good reverb, and I use it actually a lot home, because normally I'm using my Wagner Goldfinger, but which is so heavy and so big and so loud that I didn't want to bring it here, and I can't use it at home. But I love this one. It's kind of, and it's so light. It's amazing how light like you noticed when we carried it in. And I think it works great, and it's a good platform for pedals, which it has to be. And it was. I went to Kitarapaja, this Finnish guitar store, and I wasn't supposed to buy an amplifier. I just it was one of the craziest times ever. I bought this and that other guitar I have with me at the same time, because the sound was just like, my God, and I just splurged to buy them both, and I've not regretted it. I think that when you play really loud rock, I kind of would hope that it had some more headroom, but on lower volume gigs, it's very good. And it distorts very nicely if you just put the volume up. You get a very nice jazzy amp sound. It's a very good amp.
And speaking of guitars, let's go.
So this is my trusty old. It's not old, but it's my Fano. I have 3 different Fanos. Kudos to Dennis Fano, who's a brilliant man. These are the older Fanos when Dennis Fano was still in the shop, and this one I use a lot, especially when you have to do lots of solos, because it's got a kind of a fast neck and easy to play really high here. For example, when I play with the Lauri Porra Flyover in Ensemble, which is a prog rock fusion band which has lots of flashy soloing and lots of difficult stuff, I usually play only this one, because kind of feels best to do the most difficult.
What kind of pickups do you do?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
As you've noticed,
I was expecting that answer. I would be surprised if you said.
You know they're Lindy Fralin. I have no idea.
But they work, so
they work for me.
Know.
Yeah, that's my philosophy. I love buying gear. I love good gear, but I have no idea what they kind of really do. I just it's intuitive for me. I just want to hear. If I like a sound that I hear, if the guitar feels good, I've never known if I like a C neck or a V. I have no idea. I like what kind of frets are good, in my opinion. So that's why I could never have a signature guitar, because I would never be able to say that what I want is usually it's like I try something. Oh, I like this one for some reason. Yeah. I don't want to say that I don't care, but I don't care. I don't care. I just Yeah,
because you're a guitar.
I'm a guitar player. Yeah, I'm not a guitar owner. I'm a guitar player. That's what I tell people that a lot. That I'm very happy playing guitar at home for hours and hours, and I've practiced my whole life a lot, and I love to play. And the other part is not so interesting. I've tried to read books about guitars and amps, but especially amps, I couldn't care less. I don't care how they're made or what. I just want to hear a good sound. Oh, okay, nice. And I understand the difference between a Fender and of course, and I understand what the good gear is. But in addition to that, I don't care. Sorry, but there's other people who care, and I love them for that, because then I don't have to care.
That's a good philosophy. Let's go through this. These are beautiful.
That's my novel. That's one of my latest purchases, and it's also made by Dennis Fano, who has these Novo guitars now, and this. I wasn't supposed to buy a guitar but I just fell in love. And the necks on these Novos are amazing.
Yeah, I tried that. It was.
Yeah, it's just, and it's loud as hell. And it's got the exquisite Jazzmaster tremolo arm, which I really love. So it keeps in tune. It's really balanced, really high quality, and you can also rock with it, but you kind of get the, which you can use, which is very, I use it a lot. So and it's humming and it's all by. So it's a nice overall guitar. Yeah.
And I think those are P90s.
These are P90s. Yeah. I'm pretty safe to say. Yeah, these are P90s. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds.
Yeah, it's a nice guitar. It's a nice guitar, and of course it makes a lot more noise with all the distortions and stuff. But it doesn't matter actually on gigs too much. You just you learn to live with it.
Yeah. But you don't have any noise gate.
No. I've never had
Wagner Oxford.
Oh my God! Yeah. So that's kind of another pedal that's not. when the sound is dying and you just get it's just like blowing up like a volcano erupting. It just like.
So what is that?
That's a fuzz.
That's a fuzz. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's Wagner's fuzz. It's got some more mellow sound, but I never use them. I just put it on.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure if the
fuzz.
The deep fuzz was coming from somewhere. Oh, because I didn't even know that they
have a fuzz. Yeah, I think it's very good fuzz. Yeah, it's really. So my fuzz choices on this board are quite, I love.
Yeah, because I was like,
what's broken? Yeah, but you have to sound broken sometimes.
Yeah.
So these two, this area is a dangerous area.
So I challenge you to use this on the Finnish.
Oh, this has been on TV many times.
Yeah. So well then.
It's time for the Evil filter to make its debut on TV. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the filter I've actually used on TV, I think, but I'm not sure about maybe. I try to kind of secretly incorporate stuff so that band leaders don't notice it.
Yeah.
What's that? It's probably nothing, just... Yeah, it's an airplane going by. That's when you're feeling too professional. You have to use.
I think you really can't do anything else. That was a perfect
ending for this beautiful moment.
Yeah, I mean, hey, thanks for your time. It was really cool and informative, and maybe I need to get some of that stuff too, because it's
buy more. Yeah. You get you get by so little, but it's not.
Yeah, because
it's not that fun.
Yeah, no, it's not, because what I basically need is an overdrive preamp pedal, and that's it. But of course, you have to have.
You have to have.
At least you're telling that lie to yourself.
Of course, yeah.
This is something I can't live without.
Yeah, you have to be ready for anything. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's also inspiring. I think the most important thing about pedals, any pedal, is that, and I always try to say this, is that all pedals are basically good. You just have to know that. You just have to listen to the pedal itself, and be also explorative with the pedal. Just try it on weirder sounds, and try it with your volume down and your tone down, because lots of pedals have secrets in them that you just don't sort of realize. So, just play with the pedals and try to hear what they have to say.
I think that was a good closing for this episode. Thanks again, Mikko. Thank you for watching, and if you like, please thumbs up. I will put links to. Do you have social media? Yes, you do have. I'll put links to Mikko, so you can follow him, and some other stuff in there. Hey, until next time. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.